Tonight's broadcast begins with a number of breaking stories.
At the top of the news, it was announced today the United States has broken from the United Nations. The demonstrations we reported on earlier in the week has pressured Congress to sign President Ron Paul's End the Fed legislation. Congress is currently voting legislation into law ending foreign aid until its debts are paid, and the dollar regains a modicum of value.
Vice President Jesse Ventura lands in Iraq later this hour to sign peace treaties with the United Arab Nations. U.S. troop withdrawal is said to be over halfway completed. The remainder will be home in time to celebrate Christmas and the New Year as a constitutional republic, free of the international banking cartel.
The roundup of criminals complicit in the events surrounding the death of thousands of Americans on September 11, 2001. The hunt is still on for chicken hawks Dick Cheney and George W. Bush. Vice President Ventura briefed the new head of the Pentagon on the latest intelligence from the secret spy satellites the new administration is using to track Tricky Dick and Bushy with.
All illegal detainees at military holding facilities have been released. Jim Truman will have another story about detainees adjusting to their regained freedom. President Ron Paul thanked leaders around the world for their willingness to attend the World Peace Summit. President Paul's No Hungry Mouth or Homeless Soul program is on the top of the docket for discussion.
Energy bandits around the world continue to scramble as more hidden technology is released into the private sector. Oil companies continue to diversify into solar and magnetic energy development.
The chemtrail trials continue today. The director of the HAARP facility was pronounced guilty today. Chemical suppliers have released more documents revealing other players in the chemtrail scandal. NASA continues releasing documents revealing its complicity in the cover-up of chemtrail truth, as well as the shocking revelation we brought to you yesterday about the staged moon landings. The Apollo moon hoax has revealed to us all the need for advanced technology instead of lies as the motto for future space exploration.
Hundreds of companies using child labor in foreign countries are returning to their home countries due to the World Minimum Wage Act.
That was the final act President Paul signed before announcing withdrawal from the United Nations, wasn't it, Randy?
Yes, Sandy. And many company heads are reporting their satisfaction with new tax incentives keeping their manufacturing close to home. Profits for lowered transportation and importation costs and taxes have improved local economies worldwide.
The decentralization of banking has continued to spawn more small, independent financial institutes. Consumer confidence in practical investments is skyrocketing as companies continue trimming the fat at the top of the feeding trough, while ensuring and paying fair wages for the rest of their employees.
This is kind of weird, isn't it?
We are still alive, Randy.
I know. It's just, I feel like I'm reading karma, not news. I'm like Randy Buddha Jackson.
And here's Randy with your karma.
Today's karma will be fair to partly shitty, with chances for forgiveness or damnation. Here's Sandy with an eye on dogma.
Today the Pope declared thinking about touching yourself, you know, in that place, without thinking of the Holy One, to be an unforgivable sin, unless a local priest anoints the affected area. Personally, the sin will never be washed away. Let's give it up now for Randy with a special report on the new spirit high that is all the rage now.
That's right, Sandy. It seems a 100th monkey effect is happening, as humanity all seems to be giving themselves permission to search their souls and connect consciously with their spiritual self.
I am so Randy for you right now, Randy.
What? Very funny, Sandy. But it's not working.
Oh, I'm quite serious, Randy. After they turn this camera off, I am so going to bonk you right here on this desk.
Yeah, right. You mean to tell me that Zandy, break my balls, Beaches, who just called me a bloody prat, not 15 minutes ago, now wants to get her freak on with me?
I'm a bit mystified by it myself. I find you stiff, stuffy, and mostly dull. But that last interchange between you and I has lit a brush fire in my underoos.
Underoos? You don't say? Let me get this straight. When George over there turns off his camera and the crew leaves, you intend to take me right here on this desk?
No.
See, I knew you were screwing with me.
I'm not going to wait until the crew has left.
Think George just dropped his fag into his coffee.
What's the matter, Georgie? You never seen two consenting adults polish a table with their asses before?
Easy, Sandy. George looks like he is going to fall off his stool there.
How much more time until we are out, George?
From the news team with the latest from around the world, I'm Randy Wilcox.
And I am Sandy Beaches. Good night. You ready, Randy?
Will you still respect me as an anchorman in the morning?